Hello, hello. We are coming to you from LA and we have lots of food. American food. And we're gonna film a little Q&A. A mukbang Q&A.
Oh.
Have you seen a bigger Diet Coke in your entire life? I can't believe it. Let's get started. So, first up, we've got Jack in the Box. So, I actually really wanted to try Chick-fil-A because, you know, very American.
Chick-fil-A? Yeah, I feel like they were
I actually wasn't impressed by the menu.
And also, guys, I thought America would be so much better for vegan options. America, so bad. Like, they don't even tell you stuff that's vegetarian. The difficulty that I had trying to work out what bags of crisps were vegetarian yesterday.
So first up, we got mini churros. Cute. Very jet lagged. 3 AM.
We were gonna film this video last night and we fell asleep. But then I woke up this morning and I was like, Sophie, you gonna try and get back to sleep? Soph goes, yeah, no, I think so. And I said, well, I don't think I am. So should we film that mukbang?
These look insane.
They're the loaded fries,
They're the loaded fries, but they're curly fries.
And you couldn't ask for it without bacon. So Sophie was like, I'm not that fussed about bacon, do you want it without bacon? Couldn't get it without bacon.
This is a chicken burger with hash brown and like cheesy sauce.
And in a croissant.
In a croissant. Yeah. Can you see the croissant? Lovely.
And the other place we got is Denny's, so obviously we had to go for places that were 24 hours. These were basically the only two that were like...
To be fair, these were our first options anyway.
Yeah, they were. French toast. Cookie dough pancakes. Then... Okay, this is my burger, which I think I'm probably going to start with because it is like my main thing. It is Beyond Meat. Actually looks quite decent.
Yeah, it does look
And
good.
then, guys, so I saw on the picture the hash brown. I was like, that's not a fucking hash brown, but I feel like I need to rinse some Americans.
Yeah.
That is my hash brown. That's a hash pancake.
Yeah.
I knew it was slipping. No, it's alright. Do you want to try some? It's a bit meh. Cheers.
Cheers.
First question, would you move away from North Wales, maybe to a city?
Part of me would love to move to a city, but my job consists of me living in rural areas. So like the only place that I could possibly move to, I think, is Chester, which I would definitely consider at some point. But quarries are not in cities, so it would be very difficult for me to move to a city.
I feel like that's the opposite to every other job.
Yeah.
It's like every other job, a lot of people have to move to the cities because the opportunities are in the cities. You literally have no opportunities.
Yeah, no. I have no opportunities in a city unless if I go onto asphalt plants, then I guess I could. But at the moment, I'm really happy with my job, so the only place that I could move to is Chester.
We were driving past this place in LA, and I was like, wow, that looks cool. And she was, I'm just trying to work out what plant it is. I was like, who drives past all these machinery and tries to work out what plant it is? So, neatly brings us on to our next question. What is your job?
So,
I can't answer this. The amount of times Sophie has explained to me what her job is, I couldn't tell you.
So my job now, which is like fairly recent, I'm an operations coordinator for a fairly small business which works in fabrication, welding, servicing.
Sophie can weld.
I can weld. For quarries, asphalt plants, and all that jazz. I was trained to be like a supervisor of a quarry, and I was a supervisor of an asphalt plant. But I much prefer what I'm doing now. It's way more, like the hours that people do on quarries is insane. It's just not the life I was meant to live. So really happy where I'm at now. Does that explain my job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you meet Faye? I can answer this one.
Right, go on. Answer this one.
So me and Sophie went to school together, and we were always friends. You can put in some pictures of us, like maybe.
Do I want them to see
you
that?
You look pretty in the picture of you and Oliver. Right there, the first pictures we have together.
Is that a joke?
You look pretty.
Shut up.
Right, so basically we did the school musical of Oliver. in year 8.
I literally did that show because I had FOMO because all of my friends.
Is that the battery?
Yeah.
Why are you chilling in shoes, you freak?
So obviously this was a spur of the moment video thing because jet lag has hit. So I didn't think to charge my camera. So we're refilming, well, no, continue filming on Faye's camera. Back to what we were saying, the Oliver show I literally did because I have FOMO, because all my friends are doing it. I hate stuff like that. Like I can't sing, I can't dance. Like I'm not good at anything like that. But I was like, what am I gonna do at break times? So I had to do it.
And then we'll insert some pictures, but like I actually think they're cute pictures. I think you look really nice. We had to put like black all over our face.
Like dirty orphans. So good.
Yay! We were always friends in school, but we got close because Sophie's boyfriend and my boyfriend were close friends, and we started doing like double dates together, and essentially there's been a couple of substitutions along the way. There have been quite a few substitutions, tap in, tap outs with the relationships along the years, but it was these two boys and we just used to do double dates together, and the rest is history.
Because someone else asked, have we been consistent friends?
Well, yeah. We haven't fallen out.
Yeah, we've always been consistent friends. Like
we've never had a big fallout.
No, and we've like gradually got closer and closer and closer, but we've never really like drifted got close and then drifted and then no. Like
the confusion comes because basically I put on my Instagram story what day in LA we were going to fall out, because in Ibiza we fell out on the first night. We've had fallings out.
Yeah, of course.
But
like we spend so much time together that good hell we're bound to fall out.
And they're just over stupid stuff, like stupid stuff.
And literally, so the Ibiza one, we fell out. We had a bicker in the evening, you know, drunk, emotions heightened. We had a falling out, and then we literally woke up and we were like, are we over this? And we're like, I think that's one thing we're good at. Like if we have a bicker, like we're just like,
it always happens on holidays. You can be the best of friends with someone, but spending so much time together, there's going to be a point where you just crack.
We haven't really had an argument, not on holiday.
No.
No, we've had disagreements.
I feel like if you can't argue with your friend, that's actually a really unhealthy friendship.
Yeah.
No one's going to do... No one's going to be the perfect human being.
Like everyone's different. You're never going to find someone that's the exact same person as you.
But also I wouldn't...
Same.
I could not be friends with another me.
Those are so annoying.
Like, no, exactly. If there was another me, I'd still fucking hate him. Like, no one's gonna be that perfect friend, but I actually think we're quite good at... My battery's gonna go. Right, let's just keep filming until it dies. How have we been filming on here for 4 minutes? No, I think we're quite good at saying, Sophie, you're doing my fucking nose.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, you know what, fair.
And like, I don't take offence if you say, Faye,
you know.
Shut up. Save I'm snoring.
Oh, yeah.
Faye, shut up.
Whenever we stay together, I literally go, Faye, and she goes, am I snoring? And I'm like, yes, and she's like, sorry. There's a lot of people that would be like,
get offended.
Yeah.
I'm quite a sensitive person, like I am. If someone says something critical of me, I actually can be quite like sensitive about it.
Yeah.
And I can like second guess myself and be like, take 3. We've plugged in Sophie's camera, but we just changed locations.
Because Faye's died as well.
We have such a good line of communication. I know if Sophie said, like, you know when someone says something but you're like, oh, was that a dig? Like, do you mean something a little bit deeper than that? Or like, but like you'd always say something to my face.
Yeah, you
like,
know that.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say anything behind your back.
If you, this is what, like, I've never had someone come up to me go, Sophie said this about you.
Yeah. We're both the type of people that, you know, even if our friends do something bad, like I would literally defend them to anyone else, and then I will then say it to them.
Yeah.
What I'm really think.
Yeah. Like if you did something wrong, I wouldn't slag you off to other people.
Yeah.
I'd say it's you.
Yeah.
But I think that's why if you say to me, Faye, you're being really fucking annoying, then I take it for what it is.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I could be in a really just not in the mood to deal with you.
Oh my god, no, 100%.
That would actually be annoying. Yeah, the plane.
Guys, the plane. Oh my god. Tell me what human being. Yeah, no, it was so unsettling. I was actually sitting there thinking, how the fuck am I friends with this girl? Like, no, it was so bad. Sophie sat through the entire 10-hour flight. Yeah, the entire 10-hour flight, looking at the flight tracker, so you know the little video on screen that shows you where the plane is, or looking out the window. 10 hours. Oh, or even more unsettling, every so often, she'd stop and she'd do a Sudoku in a minute. A minute.
I'm the Queen's Gambit of Sudoku. Like, I'm so good at Sudoku.
She is really good at Sudoku.
But I can't watch films.
So but then also she kept trying to talk to me, and like I'm the type of person on a long journey, I like to settle down, I like to read my book, I like to watch a film, like I like to really relax myself. Sophie's there, like chewing my ear off, trying to get me to talk.
Like, I literally saw us get from London to LA.
And she kept trying to, I was in the middle of my film, enjoying my film, and she kept being like, we're over Quebec. How did we get onto this?
I actually have no idea.
We were saying how sometimes you just can't be asked with your friends, and that's okay.
Yeah, and that's
it
okay,
doesn't
it's
mean
fine.
that you're any less friends.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Are fucking incredible.
As we said, you know,
I'm gonna grab my Diet Coke.
I think the point of this was, it's okay to hate your friends sometimes. What did you study and what does your job entail? Loved the first vlog, but I guess you've already said your job, so
I did study, so I did an apprenticeship, I did a higher apprenticeship, so that means you get your degree alongside working. So it's like distant learning, so I just went down to uni like a few times a year. And I studied Mineral Products of Science and Extraction Technology, which is a degree that's kind of made specifically for my job. So mineral products is kind of like geology, etc. And then extraction technology is literally just like quarries and like extraction, engineering and things like that. So yeah.
smart cooking. Oh, okay. This is such a good question, and I think Sophie can tell you whatever the fuck she wants. I'm gonna give you my answer.
Oh God.
How do you have such a nice thick hair? How do you get them bouncy, voluminous waves?
I think maybe I'm just God's favourite.
No, she is. I was so worried that she was gonna go into a long, drawn out like hair care routine.
No,
and I was
no.
gonna turn around and say it's fucking jeans. Like,
No, it is.
her
My mum's
jeans-
got lovely long hair. It's just jeans. I actually don't really like. My mum gets whatever shampoo and conditioner she fancies on the day. We have a different one every week. I'm just lucky. I don't do anything in particular.
Yeah.
I use Olaplex now and again, but literally if I have a special occasion. And that's about it really. Pills wise, I have the GHD like thicker barrel curling tongs, and I literally use nothing else on my hair. And that's amazing.
And
these
also,
curls are from 2 days ago and we're just a little bit, I mean it doesn't look great, but I feel like it's just the best curler ever.
And also, the strands that she gets, she gets a strand about that thick.
Yeah.
Whereas I have the complete opposite with my hair. Like, I've got very fine, thin hair. I have to take very good care of.
Is that fake?
Obviously, this isn't real.
You were about to say yes.
Also, the thing is, Sophie gets her hair bleached as well. I have a story. Sophie and I went to New York when we were in year 10. You know, there's like these moments where people realise that someone's fit. Sophie had like long hair, and everyone did always think Sophie was fit, but then Sophie grew boobs and cut her hair short, and suddenly she was like the talk of the town. Like, it was her era. Like, it was the era of Sophie. But she cut her hair. So she cut her hair in New York, and she had like this little cute little bob, and it was really fit. And then, when I tell you, 2 weeks later,
Yeah.
no, like she cut it up to here.
For New York, and then when we ended up going back to school, I had long hair again.
Yeah. And it was at that moment I realised, you know what, some people are just God's favourite. And if Sophie ever tries to sell you hair care products and blame her long hair on hair care products in the future,
I paid a lot of money for it.
if you could live anywhere, where would it be and why?
Do you know what, I'm very much a person that loves visiting places but actually loves living at home.
Yeah.
So I love living in London now. If I was gonna like move somewhere for like maybe a year or something, I would love to live in Australia for a year.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I would move anywhere permanently.
Yeah, you've got
Really?
family.
Yeah, I have like the biggest family ever and I love being close to them.
What's it like growing up in Wales?
I absolutely hated living at home and growing up in Wales. I hated it. Now I can appreciate it a lot more, but there's not that much to do. When you can't drive, when you can't like drink, you know, there's just nothing really to do in Wales. Like, it very much consists of find out older boys that have cars that will take you to McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah. I was just about to say I completely disagree until you said before you can drink and before you can drive.
Yeah.
Not together, obviously.
My mum said to 14-year-old me,
Do you want to go
why
on a
don't
walk?
you just go and ask the girls to go on a walk? I'd be like,
mum.
I'd rather die.
Yeah.
As you get older, like that's the things I absolutely love about being at home is there's so many beautiful places that you can just go.
Where we live
Enjoy.
is stunning. I do actually think it's a great place to have a family.
A lot of people that I know that have always said like they want to move to a city while they're young. If it wasn't for my job, I would also do the same. And then go back when they're a bit older and want to start a family.
I'd probably do that. We'll give this an abbreviated answer because I feel like it's
a 4.
Well, that was stupid. How do you maintain healthy eating habits and motivate for physical exercise? I feel like this is a full video and it's...
I think I could do lots of videos on this actually.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
I am not a woman that has a nice body. I struggle with my weight, gaining, losing, binge eating, everything under the sun when it comes to eating and exercising and stuff. So I think there's a lot of things that I could do on that. I think recently I've actually been in a pretty good space with it all, but the past 2 holidays have possibly ruined that.
I feel like if you have any specific questions, then maybe comment them.
Yeah, comment any questions that you have on this because this is definitely a topic that I feel like I have a lot to say about.
What's your favourite thing to do on the weekends?
Eat.
Advice on cutting out toxic friends who put you down and make you doubt yourself.
I'm so brutal with this stuff. Like I'm
Sophie's
just like
so good at cutting people out.
Yeah, like I just think if you don't bring anything good to my life, like I will openly say that to you.
You can't fake being friends.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not very good at faking friendships, and you know, if you're bringing me down, I just think, oh my god, I'm in my 20s. I'm not going to waste my time and energy on someone that's bringing me down. So I think I'm very good at just being like, no, here's my boundaries. If you're not as good, I would just say just distance yourself as much as possible until they get him.
You don't necessarily need to be like, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
But I think if you're not enjoying time that you're spending with someone, spend less time with them and then just see how that feels. And then you just kind of phase out and it will fizzle out naturally.
Yeah.
How did you meet your boyfriend?
Actually, Faye's ex, he went to uni with Connor and he put a picture of me on Snapchat, like we were out having like lunch or something, and then Connor just popped up and was like, who is this? And then the first time we actually met was actually in Broadway.
Broadway, guys, is a club in our small Welsh hometown.
Yeah, it's one of them sticky floors.
Like a shitty small town club.
Yeah, you know, like disco lights, crappy music.
Yeah.
You know well, not anymore.
No.
You used to know absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
And then for the first time I met him in there. Oh, first date as well, I crashed my car. But can I put that in? No. Cut that out, so.
We love Connor, and Connor was actually the star of the Paris vlog.
He was.
So I don't think you'll be getting him on a Meet My Boyfriend video
yeah,
anytime
I know.
soon.
Someone was like, can you and Connor do a Q&A? I don't think we would get that out of him.
Yeah.
Not at this point anyway. Maybe if I could offer him some money at some point, he might do it.
What led you to a career in construction? I think it's awesome breaking stereotypes.
I applied for uni and I got 4 unconditionals. And I was like, I'm just gonna go to uni and do business because I don't know what I want to do. Then I went to this careers guy. He went to our head of sixth form and was like, the only person I'd offer a job today would be me. And so he was like, I really think that you should encourage her to look at apprenticeship. Head of sixth form came to me and was like, I think maybe you should look into it. I was really shocked because I hadn't really heard of apprenticeships. I rang the name on this and I was like, I'm interested in this, like could I as a woman get into it, blah blah blah. And he was like, I'll actually come to your school and have a chat with you. I applied and I got it.
I didn't know that story.
Did you know?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's actually really interesting, especially because I feel like we went to a school that pushed people to go to uni.
Yeah.
Pushed you to go to uni. Best and worst thing about each other.
Ooh. Okay, I'd say the best thing about you is how like positive and cheerful you are.
Okay.
Like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Worst thing is not being able to multitask on your phone.
Yeah.
I will literally have a full-on conversation with her like this, and then she'll go, what? I'm like, and then I'll say it all again, she'll go, oh, you didn't listen to any of that, did you? She's like, no.
I am a bit dazed, I would say. I say best thing about Sophie. Oh, it's so cute. And the best thing about Sophie is the vibe. Because I feel like you can always like pull it, like, I feel like actually we're always kind of on like a similar vibe.
Yeah.
We can understand when someone's not on the vibe.
Yeah.
And we can like pull it, like I think you're very good at pulling it together.
Yeah.
She's not a pussy.
No.
Like she
That is
will
one thing.
bring the energy. You don't really say no to anything, to be honest.
No.
First thing, that she lives in North Wales.
Yeah.
Sophie, would you accept 10 million to never talk to Faye again? 10 million.
10 million's a lot of money.
10 million is a lot of money. And it says talk. We could text.
But
I'd
we could go
accept.
on holiday together.
We just not talk. we could text each other. We could be in the fucking Maldives, Sophie. I wouldn't talk to you, but I could text you.
That's so true.
Yeah, we could communicate via TikToks.
That's what we mostly communicate through anyway.
I would accept that if we split the 10 million. So we've got 5-5.
Oh yeah,
and then we
true,
text
actually.
each other.
There
Problem
we go.
solvers, right here.
Yeah, 5 million
Yeah.
each in text.
In sixth form, when we did our end of sixth form awards, Sophie got voted most likely to be a millionaire. I got voted most likely to be on Jeremy Kyle. Okay, this is a good one. Is it hard to start a YouTube channel?
Yes.
I've been trying to get Sophie to start a YouTube channel for like literally basically as soon as I started a YouTube channel. I was telling Sophie to do a YouTube channel before I had any decent subscribers. So like I wanted Sophie to do a YouTube channel just purely for the memories and like being able to, and like I thought that she'd be good at it. There's no financial reasons whatsoever because I wasn't making any money when I was trying to tell Sophie to make a YouTube. Like that is the purest reasons for you to start a YouTube. Were like my intentions. Been trying to do it for 2 years and only now she finally got around to it. And also not just that, everyone would always ask on my videos, when are you starting a YouTube channel?
I'm quite a confident person, and you know, like I don't.
Also,
really...
you're someone who doesn't really care what other people
think. I
think.
don't really care, and for some reason, this just made me so nervous. I think a lot of it is because I would see like you get hate sometimes, and I was like, I don't know how I would deal with this because you obviously don't live in North Wales, so you can get away from the people that have something bad to say, whereas I'm around those people, and I'm just like, how would I react?
Yeah. I'm so full.
I'm full.
Oh, this is probably my favourite one. What's your biggest tip for teenage girls?
Oh.
I have a couple. Number one, stay the fuck away from boys. There is the rest of your life to have boyfriends.
Yeah,
I wish
I'd boys.
I wish I'd never had a boyfriend until I was 16 at 18. I wish I'd never had a boyfriend since I was 18.
I completely agree. I wish I didn't speak to boys. I wish I didn't go anywhere near boys when I was 18.
Yeah, more than stay away from boys, stay away from the nice boys, because the nice boys
are always the worst.
Always the worst. You think that they're going to be nice,
and they're not.
And the emotional trauma that comes from
I'm
relationships.
still not recovered. I'm still not recovered from.
Absolutely not. You just don't recover from that.
No, you don't.
You don't. That would be number two. Number three, don't start that diet, because chances are, if you're a teenage girl starting a diet, you're starting a diet when you don't need to start a diet. Yeah. No one needs to start a diet, but you're starting a diet when you're probably at a beautiful age or you're a beautiful body anyway, and all you're going to do is fuck up your relationship with food. Definitely. When your body was perfectly fine, and then 5 years down the line, you're going to trace it back to that first ever diet you did that fucked with your relationship with food, and then now you're picking up the pieces years down the line. Don't diet. Don't diet. Enjoy your food. Eat healthily. Exercise.
Completely. Nothing that happened in my life when I was in school actually matters in my life now. Like none of it matters. Just concentrate on your friends.
Yeah. Concentrate on your friends, absolutely, because that's what's gonna see you through. 100%. Focus on your friends and be a good friend to your friends. How do you maintain such a positive attitude? I feel like our saying our 3 things we're grateful for every morning. That does help.
That is one that, you know, when you're having a really bad day. I actually used to make fun of Faye for doing this grateful thing because I was like, you're so cringe. But when you do it, it's the bad days that it's the most important, because like I'll be like, I'm not grateful for anything, like I'm just having a bad day.
Sophie will say, I'm really struggling, and I'll say, I don't care. You still have, they can be stupid. You have to tell me.
Like, it literally could be the smallest thing, like I had a really nice iced coffee today. Like, you know, there's always 3 things that you can find, even if sometimes it's a struggle to do it. It makes you think of, you know, some positives, and it's just just something in your head that like changes from the negatives to the positive a little bit.
100%. How old are you?
I'm 23. No, I'm
No,
not.
you're not.
The confidence. I'm 22.
She's 23 in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm 22. At least I've prepared myself for being 23.
Yeah. Do you choose success or happiness?
Happiness.
Always fucking happiness.
Always
I'm sorry.
happiness.
What
There
a
was
stupid
one
question.
time in my life where I basically had to get moved away from my job. The most rural place you can think of. It was called Shap. I mean, like that says it all really. And I was so down every single day. I mean, sunshine doesn't exist there. It's just the most miserable place ever. Like, I feel like you would have to be born there to like it. I nearly quit my apprenticeship because I was like, I'm so down about it. I rang my mum and I said I'm quitting. She made me have a conversation with them and they basically ended up moving me back, and I was like, I know that this is going to jeopardise the way that they see me. Like, you know, they're gonna think,
You're not
she
committed.
can't handle, like, yeah, not committed. And do you know what, it did in a sense, but the way things have worked out now, I'm so glad I did, because if I would have just stayed there for the sake of my job, I think it would have ended up me being in a completely different industry now, because I think I would have hated it so much that I would have ended up having to quit anyway.
There were many phone calls where Sophie was
not
in a good way.
Many. Like, I would say almost every day, just not happy there, and I was like, why am I doing this for the sake of a job? I'm in my 20s, like, no. So,
and do you know what? Nothing is more important than your happiness.
No.
Nothing. And I get that if you have no money and you can't afford to feed yourself or you can't afford to put a roof over your head, you're not going to be happy. So from that respect, like, you need a job.
Yeah.
Or you need a source of income to be happy. Completely agree with that. But then it's also like there's a point where if you have a job, if you have a decent income.
There's been other parts, like within my apprenticeship, where I was like, I hate this part of my job, I hate it, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna suck it up and I'm gonna stick it out, because, you know, I need, like I said, I need a job to be happy. I'm a material girl. I need some dollar. I'm gonna pick happiness every time.
Abso-fucking-lately. Ooh. Sophie, do you have relationship anxiety? If not, what is your take on it or advice you can share?
No.
That's really interesting because I have relationship anxiety.
I'm quite a secure person, like I always think, you know, what will be kind of thing.
The way you are in relationships is so good. You're so clear-headed.
I have my moments. I mean, sometimes I will start an argument just for a bit of entertainment, you know. Like, there's those moments where...
Oh, I do it for attention sometimes.
Yeah, like I like...
I love being tantrum.
Yeah. I would say there's definitely some moments that I'm a bit like, when you're in a long-term relationship, you have to like figure out how to live your life. Like, I'm such a live your life person.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a joke.
Go for it. I was like, what is that face?
No, I'm so full, but
like going on these kind of holidays, like,
yeah.
I spend so much time with my friends, and I'm just really lucky that I've got someone that like encourages me to go and do that and stuff. Like, I think
Connor would never.
No.
Yeah.
And it's vice versa. Like, I encourage him to spend time with his friends, do what he wants, and I just think, you know, whatever happens, like, I will just have to deal with it when it happens. Like, I can't just be thinking about the worst and just go with the flow.
Oh, okay, last one. I think this is a good one to finish up on. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time and in 10 years' time?
Ooh.
And I'm gonna have my last straw and then I am stopping because I actually feel like I'm about to burst.
Fair.
Like, burst.
It's so difficult because the job I have now, that was actually my long-term goal. Visiting countries.
Yeah.
5 years, hopefully moved in. 10 years, hopefully married.
I can't
don't know.
wait for Sophie to have a baby. If Sophie got pregnant
I
tomorrow,
do not want a baby.
Sophie would not be happy. I'd be happy.
No.
I'll be the best Auntie Faye ever.
A mini Soph and Connor would be a menace to society.
I can't wait until they have a house as well.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for a house. So, we're done.
We're done!
Woo!
I am honestly so fucking full.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna need to lie down. Little review on the food. Actually 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything that I was like, oh, maybe your hash brown.
My hash brown was so oily, so salty, didn't hash brown.
Yeah, the pancakes were the winner.
The cookie dough pancakes.
So good.
So good. Churros, distinctively average.
Fries, lovely. My croissant burger, bloody lovely.
My burger, 10 out of 10. Lick the wrapper clean. Did you expect that? I can't leave food. I can't leave food. That's Sophie's, obviously.
I'm such a food waster. Anyway, so that is the end of the bin. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe, please.
And see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.